I'm going to embarrass Sabina Chadhuri and have her come up here and get this party started.
Hello, how's everyone doing today? Okay, come on, we all had a couple drinks, we are enjoying ourselves. This needs to be louder. How are we doing today? Awesome, well thank you so much for being here. Before we go ahead and get started, I want to just go through some housekeeping rules. Just remember that it is assigned seating. There's an emergency exit over there. There's restrooms located outside the auditorium corner. And just sit back and enjoy dinner, the messages from the distinguished speakers, awards, and lastly, you can join us for Dance with DJ Clifford at the end. Woo! Yes, dancing. So now, I would like to request our young volunteer, Miss Anuja Kirtikonda, to introduce our national anthem singer. A little bit about Anuja is that she is an 11th grade student at Mission San Jose High School in Fremont. In her school, she is elected activities coordinator for the student body, and she co-founded a nonprofit organization called All Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse to promote awareness about negative impacts of substance abuse. Thank you, Anuja.
Good evening, everyone. It is a great honor to be here today and introduce our national anthem singers to you all. Traditionally, as courtesy, the guest country's anthem is played first, and then the host country's national anthem is played. Just want to give a brief background about our two national anthem singers today. So today, our guest country, India's national anthem, will be sung by Dr. Deepak Sachdev. By profession, Dr. Sachdev is a dentist and owns his own dental practice. He has two clinics, one in San Mateo and another one is in Freedom, California. He is also one of the board of directors of the Indo American Community Federation. Dr. Sachdev has a great passion for music. He sings Indian semi-classical music during his free time. Today he is going to sing India's national anthem. Our other singer tonight is Mary Alam-Parambil. Mary Alam-Parambil is a junior at Moreau Catholic High School. She is in the auditioned and highest level ensemble in the choral program at Moreau. She is also the lead singer in Moreau's music ministry and lead vocalist on their latest CD release, Close to You. She is also placed in South Bay Teen Idol's 2018's Top 20 and was awarded Most Talented in the California State Teen Ambassadors Competition. She also won the Grand Champion title at the Greater Bay Area Talent Competition hosted by Youth Focus, Inc. Please welcome both of our national anthem singers tonight. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So now I'd like to welcome our IACF Director, Dr. Ramesh Kanda, to come up to the stage to introduce our next amazing speaker. Dr. Ramesh in the past has been the president of the Bay Area Telugu Association, BATA, which is one of the largest nonprofit organizations of the Indian communities in the Bay Area. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the warm welcome. I would like to say a couple of words before we start the speech from our Honorable Mayor. Today we are celebrating the Unity Dinner. I think most of you are here for several times, and you all are 90% are repeat customers here today. So it's a good customer satisfaction we have. So, thank you. So, I have a 14 pages bio for Mayor Sam Liccardo, but I'm going to say only a few words. He doesn't require a lot of introduction. He took the office in January 2015 as the mayor at the age of 44, and he's the youngest mayor in San Jose modern history. So he still looks young. Mayor, you're still young. So I would like to welcome Honorable Mayor Sam Liccardo onto the stage to share his thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you so much. I'm joined here by my colleague, Councilmember Lund Diep, and we are honored. Yes, please raise a round of applause. And since we're in Milpitas, I want to thank Bob Nunez for giving us a visa to come across the line here. Bob, I'm not sure where you went. I saw you over here somewhere. There he is, yes. So we are representatives of that small town to the south. But we are always happy to be here in beautiful Milpitas to participate in this very important event. This Unity Dinner now has been a tradition, a great tradition for, I believe, 17 years. And now the 24th year of the Indo American Community Federation. And I just want to I certainly want to thank Jeevan Zutshi for his vision and for, thank you, yes, for his vision and for the efforts of all the board members and the volunteers that make this event happen and that keep this organization moving forward. If you don't mind, for just a moment, I'd like to identify them. Dr. Subhash Garg, Shashi Sharma, Dr. Naresh Sharma, you just heard from Dr. Ramesh Kanda, Keshav Ayare, Dr. Harmesh Kumar. You also just heard from Dr. Deepak Sachdev and Rahul Zutshi. I want to thank all of them and all of the volunteers because, these are pretty interesting times, to put it mildly. We've got an occupant in the Oval Office right now who every day is starting a new battle with a new group, a new ethnicity, or a new nation at a time when we so critically need to find ways to come together to tackle our great challenges. We see indiscriminate enforcement of immigration laws that divide families. We see the construction of walls that divide communities. We see trade wars starting in nearly every country on earth, unfortunately. And we see really dispiriting conduct in ways that demeans human beings throughout our country and throughout the world, coming from that occupant. And at a time like this, it is the work of this federation that reminds us what it is to be American. And I wanted to thank each one of you for your participation, being part of this at a time when we so critically need it. It is communities coming together that we know ultimately that will pull this country forward. So thank you. In just a moment, I'm going to ask Jeevan to come up here, but I do want to, in particular, congratulate the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, and that is Mike Honda, who has served so incredibly. Served so incredibly in Congress, as well in state legislature and at the Board of Supervisors, and as well, really, as an educator, perhaps the most important role of all. And I can tell you, I don't know how many dinners or gatherings I've been to where I have heard someone from one organization or another, regardless of what the ethnicity is, they all say the same thing, that Mike is one of us. So Mike, you've got a big family, and I just want to say thank you. It speaks volumes to your service as a public servant. Thank you very much for your leadership, Mike. So with that, I wanted to, with you, celebrate 24 years. As I'm getting older, I'm starting to appreciate 24th birthdays more and more. So you all look great. You don't look a day over 23. Yeah. And I want to thank Jeevan with this commendation on behalf of myself, Councilmember Lundyup, and about 1 million residents of the city of San Jose. They couldn't make it tonight, but we're here for them. Thank you for all of your service and leadership in our community.
Thank you so much, Mayor Liccardo, for everything you've done for the beautiful city of San Jose, for your commitment and dedication every single day to make sure that we live in an amazing city. So we've started the program here, and I'm sure everyone's enjoying themselves. But I wanted to first talk about the topic. We're gathered here today for unity through diversity. Our topic today is ethic in public life and public services. And this could not be more relevant than in today's conversations. This past year, as many of you might have seen in the brochure, I had the opportunity to serve as Miss Silicon Valley for the Miss America organization. Thank you. But don't let that fool you. Just because I used to have a crown and sash, that doesn't mean I'm any less qualified to go out in the community and talk about what I'm most passionate about as well. For my day job, I work at Cisco Systems in Strategy and Operations IT. I also lead a girls program in leadership through an organization called Miss CEO, where I work to develop leadership skills for girls in both middle school and high school. Growing up,
I was never able to categorize myself in one of the many societal boxes. When you look at me, you might think, is she Indian? Is she American? When she speaks, she doesn't really speak Indian. What kind of person is she? Well, I'm a girl who loves technology. I want to run my own company one day. I'm an advocate for gender equality and empowerment through STEM. I decided that in order to feel that self-accomplishment, I have to draw my own box. I have to think differently, and I have to truly be comfortable in who I am to create that change. This is when I started thinking about ethics. The ethics that I want to implement in my daily life. The ethics that I constituted as my underlying foundation. A foundation for respect, equality, and most importantly, a diverse perspective. Malala once said, "When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful." I stand on the platform, Raise Your Voice Women Empowerment, which focuses on empowering others to create change within your own community. Today you'll see many different speakers, you'll get many different messages, but when you walk out that door, each and every one of you has an opportunity to create change. I encourage you to start raising your voice, because through a unified community comes one voice that can spark change. Thank you so much for having me be one of your MCs for tonight. I'm Sabina Chadhuri, and I'd like to welcome our another MC for tonight, Dr. Basil Bish.
So I have the incredibly unenviable position of following two dynamic speakers and coming on right before you all head to dinner. Let me see what I can do. Let me start by welcoming everyone to this annual Unity Dinner and thanking you all for taking time out of what I am sure is a busy and full schedule to be here on a Friday night. It means the world to all of us. As you all may know, the Unity Dinner rose from the ashes of tragedy in 2001. An attempt to bring people together to use an attack, not as a reason for fear and for hate, but as an impetus for dialogue and for understanding and for collaboration. Now, unbelievably, in its 17th year, just about, that message rings truer than ever. Let me change gears for a moment and tell you a story about two friends of mine from New Orleans, Boudreaux and Thibodeau. Boudreaux and Thibodeau decide to take a hunting trip up to Alaska, hunt moose, and give it to their friends for Christmas. They hire a pilot, they go up to Alaska, and they hunt moose, and they catch 6 moose. And they're putting the moose on the plane, and the pilot comes in and says, hey, it's too many, man. It's too heavy for this plane. 4 moose, 2 of you and the pilot, that's all you're getting. What do you mean? We did the same exact hunting trip last year, and we caught 6 moose then as well. And the pilot let us pack all 6 moose on that plane, and he had a plane the same size as your plane. What gives, man? The pilot says, all right, you know what, against my better judgment, fine. So they load up the 6 moose, hop on the plane with the pilot, and they take off and barely get airborne. About halfway home, sure enough, the thing crashes in the snow. Boudreaux and Thibodeau come out of the wreckage, and Boudreaux turns to Thibodeau, and he goes, Thibodeau, you have any idea where we are? Thibodeau goes, yeah, pretty sure we're in the same place where we crashed last year. Einstein's definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So I would argue that what we need now more than ever is change. Not change as a campaign slogan or as a political strategy. Change is a state of mind, looking at things differently than we have in the past. I often wonder in amazement when somebody laments out loud that this is the most polarized we have ever been as a nation. It's the worst it's ever been. And I let them drone on a little bit, and then I gently interrupt them, and I remind them of a little thing called the American Civil War. What got our country past that devastation, animus of the Civil War, it's not the eventual victory of one group over another, or the eventual victory of one ideal, no matter how principled it was, over another. It's something completely different. Let me illustrate with a story in closing. Abraham Lincoln, after the Civil War, was above all else interested in reconciliation. He was interested in bringing our divided and fractured union back together. He was surprisingly kind to the South, realizing that there were Americans first and Southerners second. This didn't really sit well with a lot of his own folk on the north side of the fence. And at a political gathering, much like this one, I imagine, a woman of some reputation walked up to him and said, "Mr. President, I abhor what you're doing. You're not treating the South correctly. You must destroy your enemy, Mr. President." Lincoln looked at her and said, "Madam, when I turn an enemy into a friend, have I not destroyed an enemy?" Let's reflect on that as we continue down this path towards unity through diversity. Continue to realize that our collective diversity doesn't just manifest in one's race, one's gender, color of one's skin, who we choose to love. It manifests as diversity of ideas, points of view, thoughts. Until we're willing to embrace those ideas and those thoughts and those points of views which aren't ours, but are somebody else's. And they are different, and sometimes they're scary. Until we're willing to embrace those, what chance do we truly have at unity? All right, the easiest part of my night. The easiest part of my night is going to be this. Go eat. You have 5.27 minutes to make your plates, get back to your seats, because Jeevan said I have to finish on time, and we already started 30 minutes late. Apparently, we are on IST. You know what the IST is, right? It's Indian Standard Time. All right, so we're on IST. Get your food, eat, enjoy. Thank you. Who wants to hear me whistle again? There you go. Who would like something incredibly entertaining that's not me? No? All right. I will now turn it over to my tag team partner. Please show her love. Madam?
Thank you so much, Dr. Bish. So I know everyone is still getting food and getting back to their tables, but while we're having dinner, we have an amazing performance. Surprise, I'm performing! Just kidding. Now that I have your attention, because I know everyone wants to see a pageant queen perform on stage, well, I know someone who can dance much better than I can, so I'm going to give her an amazing introduction. Up next, we have Carole Acunian, the dancing flamenco and stand-up comedy. She's the co-director and principal dancer of the Carolina Lugos and Carolina Acunia's Ballet Flamenco. You can find more information at carolacuna.com. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this amazing performance.
La fuente que emana y corre, aunque noche, aquella eterna fuente está escondida, que bien sé yo donde tiene su manía, aunque la fuente fría, aunque de noche, aunque de noche, aunque de noche. Su origen no sé, ya lo tiene, hace que todo origen de la vida, aunque de noche, sé que no pueda ver cosas tan bellas. Y que el cielo y tierra me estrella, aunque de noche, aunque de noche, aunque de noche. Caudalosa su corriente, el cielo ríe y la gente, aunque de noche, aunque de noche, aunque de noche. Porque de noche la corriente que de tanto procede, sé que ninguna de ellas me precede, aunque de noche en esta eterna fuente que escondía, en este vivo amor de vida, aunque de noche aquí se está llamando a la criatura y este agua sea tan oscura, porque de noche en esta viva fuente que deseo, en este pan de vida yo la veo, aunque de noche, 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 aunque de noche. veces se escucha el universo. Qué pena, señor del paño cadena. Señor del paño cadena, en no haberte conocido, no haberte escuchado cantar por carretera. Qué pena, señor del paño cadena. ¿Qué fue lo que cantaste que todavía andan soñando? Miles de estrellas, miles de astros, que con más bella. La mejor de todo el tiempo es un candela violeta, aquella loca los vientos lo lleva hasta el reino de ella. De tu suspiro, niña, que mana. Que mana, de tu suspiro, niña, que mana. De tu suspiro, niña, que mana. Que mana, que a mí me queda la llama de tu garganta. Ay, ni por no te conocía, nací en mi sueño estaba, viendo que te encontraba, me sirvió de guía y el río presa de esta noche me ha traído una brisa a tu cantar. Tu cantar que me han llegado a mí los aires de otro tiempo y los quiero yo guardar. Que me has traído tu pastura, los recuerdos de te pinto y de tomar. De tomar, ay la campana, la saeta y la tona, cuatro puntales sostienen los reyes de la soledad. Ni el sol, ni el lubricante la tarde, ni el sol despierta tanta hermosura como el metal de tu voz.
Hello. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna need to borrow our fan. Oh, what a fiery performance. Great personality, so much grace. Let's give her another one. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Thank you so much. Well, if you enjoyed that, the company performs in theaters internationally and has a regular show every Saturday evening at Peña Pachama in San Francisco. So definitely go ahead and check them out. Up next, we have the San Jose Behavioral Health that will be giving us a short presentation. They're a supportive and nurturing environment that provides clinically superior services to adults and adolescents. Their center combines the clinical sophistication of the large program and the personalized attention and individualized care of a small facility in order to give their clients the best care and possible support. Can we go ahead and now welcome the San Jose Behavioral Health to the stage. San Jose Behavioral Health, are you here? You're here! We're going to take a quick 30-second break while they go ahead and find the other presenter. But now that I have everyone's attention for the next 10 seconds, are you guys enjoying yourself? Woo! Are you eating a lot of good food? Do you enjoy the Indian food? Yes? So we're going to play a little game until we get the next presenter up here. So if I can have everyone's attention, who traveled the farthest for today's event? I know I met someone from Folsom here a little bit earlier today. Where else are we representing from? Do we have East Bay in the house? Do we have Pleasanton, Danville? Woo! Fremont? Is anyone coming from San Francisco? San Francisco, raise your hand. San Jose? San Jose? Woo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zutshi. I'm our lead clinical outreach liaison for San Jose Behavioral Health. It is an honor and a blessing for me to be attending this event for the past 17 years now. I'm a proud member of the Indian community and an advocate for mental health. This is the second year I have the pleasure of representing San Jose Behavioral Health at the annual Unity Dinner. Our team and myself want to congratulate IACF, and we are fortunate to have the opportunity to be a part of this federation, which cultivates and nurtures so many diverse populations and think tanks in our communities, near and far. On a personal level, I define myself as a cultured individual who is eager to bring about positive change in our generation and to raise the level of our ethical contribution to the community. I feel privileged to speak on behalf of an organization which prides itself on helping anyone who feels they need support, and we save lives in the process by doing this on a daily basis. San Jose Behavioral Health is an 80-bed, inpatient, 100% locked psychiatric facility. It is a supportive and nurturing environment providing clinically superior services to adults and adolescents with mental health or behavioral health issues. Our facility combines the clinical sophistication of a large program and the personalized attention and individualized care of a small program in order to give our clients the best care and support possible. When you meet our team members, you will instantly feel their passion and dedication to this field. San Jose Behavioral Health helps individuals struggling with psychiatric and mental health disorders build a strong foundation for healing and recovery, and we are located in the heart of San Jose and are the leading provider of mental and behavioral health treatments. That being said, I am proud to introduce an amazing leader and mentor, as well as the CEO of San Jose Behavioral Health, Sean Peterson.
Very much appreciate the kind words, and thank you IACF for hosting us tonight. It's an amazing event. I do want to thank. There we go. Ah, much better now. There we go. Thanks, Richard, for the kind words. Like you said, we're San Jose Behavioral Health. We're a new facility located here in San Jose. We have a fantastic team. We do want to give a shout out to the folks that we have over here. We wouldn't be where we are without them. We really enjoyed working with all those members in the community, working with Mayor Ricardo, with a lot of the San Jose and Fremont police departments. We really enjoyed the presence. And I'd like to invite our Director of Nursing, Rita Snyder, to come up and just share a few words about mental health.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Sean. My name is Rita. I am the Director of Nursing at San Jose Behavioral Health Hospital. As Richard explained, we're an 80-bed facility, and I'm probably very unique to most of you, as mental health is one that, while we know it affects many people, if you're not in the heart of it, you may not know really what we do. My years before psych, I was an oncology nurse. I took care of those patients with cancer, and what I felt to be, for all of those years, caring for people in the most vulnerable time of their life. Being able to follow these patients through their journeys of chemotherapy and radiation, some with great results, some without. I thought that I had touched on what I felt to be the most intimate part of human suffering, the most vulnerable time really in human existence. And then I had the pleasure of entering into, after 15 years of oncology, I entered into psychiatric nursing about 10 years ago, and it entered into an entire new world for me. In my days of oncology, we did many clinical trials. We tested drugs on patients who were suffering from cancers that haven't made too many advances in. Lung cancer, pancreatic cancer, lymphomas, many leukemias. And what do you think was the single greatest predictor of those who did well on their treatment? It was support. It has been proven that people who are dealing with cancer, who are embedded with love and compassion and integrity and warmth, succeed in their illness far more than those who don't. And this is where my parallel is drawn into psychiatry. We have found 100% that our patients who are treated with compassion at San Jose Behavioral Health and love and nurturing and support do that much better. Mental illness is interesting in that 1 in 50% of our population struggle with some form of mental illness. Whether it be depression or anxiety, a mood disorder, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disease, post-traumatic stress, 50% of us will struggle at some form of our lives with this. And yet, the likelihood of getting cancer for a man, 39% in your lifetime. For a female, 38%. Those are pretty high odds. But the likelihood of developing a mental disease, 50%. And yet, why is it that it holds as much stigma as it has in the years that we have been working with it? It is our goal, it is our absolute passion at San Jose Behavioral Health to bring in every patient of all walks of life, from every culture, and to teach them and to love them and support them in the time of their struggles. Depression and anxiety can be treated, and it should never be stigmatized. We offer people tremendous support, and what we have found is that the medicines do work, but what is our single greatest factor of them doing well is the compassion that we give to folks. We work with some fabulous doctors. One of our withstanding doctors is Dr. Nate Sharon. He's our adolescent doctor. And in working with him, and I've often asked him, where is it that you find your deepest gratitude in your years of working with these adolescents who are struggling with mental illness? And his response is, unequivocally, he says, to release the stigma at such an early age and break that bond that so many of us have, to not be ashamed of depression, to not be ashamed of anxiety. 1 in every 13 minutes in this country, someone takes their own life. And yet, it is not easily talked about. It is still met with shame. It is still difficult for us to engage in that population unless we're in the throes of it. So I am here tonight to just make sure that we know that help is out there for people who are struggling. That we, as an institution with a very strong group of leaders and nurses and doctors and clinical specialists, are here to treat your communities with people who are struggling with these illnesses. It is a wonderful place to be involved with. I am very proud and very passionate to care for these people. And please know that we are here to care for your communities in whatever walk of life. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful message from San Jose Behavioral Health presentation. Thank you for your support. So I would like to take a quick minute to invite our IACF board director, Harmesh Kumar. Dr. Harmesh Kumar is here. Dr. Harmesh Kumar is one of our IACF directors. He is the licensed clinical psychologist, operates his own clinic in Concord, and he's been involved in the community for several years very closely, and also he has bigger goals. He is running for the office this time, but we would like to invite you to say a few words, Dr. Harmesh.
Thank you. Good evening. You know, you all heard the mayor of San Jose that in this land of unity, we have been hearing a lot of divisions from our leaders. And I want to thank our friend Jeevan Zutshi ji for starting this unity dinner 17 years ago after 9/11. And this unity dinner is not only to bring the races or ethnicities together, but what we have seen recently in our nation and all over the world we are seeing, whether it's Austin, whether it's Parkland, whether it's Torontoville, in Napa County, we have so many broken souls. We just heard about mental health, and I'm into mental health. And I have so many peace officers sitting here with us, and they struggle on a daily basis dealing with homeless, those who are mentally ill. And I was talking to District Attorney from Alberta County, our friend O'Malley, that there is tremendous need to create unity among those souls which are broken. And they are our people. They are not from a different planet. NASA hasn't found them yet. They are right on this earth. And these kind of unity dinners, what Jeevan Zutshi started 17 years ago, these are the events which are going to bring those souls together. And we need to provide them the glue. And how do we provide that emotional glue to them? Only way to provide emotional glue is to bringing all these souls together, even those broken souls. And that's what this unity dinner is all about. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and making this a great success. And it is your presence which makes this unity really a greater unity for all the souls, those who are struggling to become one. No matter where we come from, what language we speak, what race we represent, what food we eat, but we all need peace of mind, my friends. And thank you, Jeevan ji, for starting that venture, bringing peace to all of us. Thank you so much.
Those were incredibly inspiring words. Thank you so much. One of the great pleasures of being up here right now is getting to embarrass somebody who does not know they're about to be called up here. They drink their water really fast, they look the other way. Senator Bob Wajkowski, oh, he knew he was getting called up. Get up here, man. No, you really have to come up. I almost got habitualized into calling him Assemblyman Wajkowski, but now he's Senator, and eventually, inevitably, Governor Wajkowski. No? What? You don't want that job?
Don't want that job. Don't want that job.
Well, it's second only to MC. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Besh. Very, very nice. And Jeevan, congratulations on another successful dinner. I recall, and I think it deserves to be underscored and highlighted, the 2002 dinner, the first dinner that we had. Mayor Sam alluded to it, and so did Dr. Besh. After 9/11, we in the community, saw a lot of the ugly side of many folks, just as we're seeing the ugly side of a lot of folks right now. And the Sikhs that were being attacked, and the Indo community was being attacked, and trying to explain to folks that these are not Muslims and they're not terrorists, and it was a really important time to bring the unity dinner to the community and have us all come together. There's a lot of electeds here, a lot of people that would like to be elected, and the Indo American Community Federation really has promoted the harmony and unity that we need. Earlier today, I was in UC Berkeley. Today is Charter Day, March 23rd, which is the day that the University of California was created. There was the first class that said, congratulations, go Bears, right? And the first class in 1868 consisted of 12 people. Somebody went on to be a congressman, somebody went to be governor. But 2 years later, our public institution at UC Berkeley admitted women. We admitted women to come into the university at that time, way before Harvard, way before Yale, way before all those folks. And earlier in part of the theme of ethics and politics, Jeevan refers to the gun violence trauma that we're going through. We have sexual harassment trauma. We have to relearn how to treat women and men in the workplace and how to normalize the relationships that we have. California has always been a leader, and California will remain a leader. On Wednesday of this week, the California State Senate had Toni Atkins, the first woman president pro tempore that was sworn in to the California State Senate. Largest state. Toni's a lesbian, so she's the first gay leader of the California State Senate. But we in the community here are sort of used to that. We have Betty Yee, who serves as our controller, and we take it for granted that we have women leaders like Nancy O'Malley, that's on the district attorney in Alameda County. We have Sheriff Lori Smith is here. We have a sheriff of Santa Clara County who's a woman. I saw Marcia Greeley, she's the vice mayor of the city of Milpitas, is here. My good friend Anu Natarajan was on the Fremont City Council with me. So I'm optimistic about the future. We got to get this right. We've gone through the 8 years that I've been up in Sacramento, some really tough times economically, but we addressed the problem full face. And we say, as we did in 2002 at the first Unity Dinner, let's learn about the diversity of our community, let's be neighbors, let's make our community a stronger place. The state of California, the troubles that we're having right now, and the perception with sexual harassment is going to change. We'll treat it. I want to have another shout out for my good friend, the Lifetime Achievement Award person, Mike Honda. Congratulations. Thank you very much for everything that you do in the community. Together, we're going to make it a much better place. Thank you.
That was exactly 3 minutes. It's fantastic. All right, I'm going to take a little poll of the audience. I want 100% participation. If you know who Jeevan Zutshi is, raise your hand. No, come on, seriously. That table was not paying attention. If you know who Jeevan Zutshi is, raise your hand. All right, that's what it looks like an election in Russia. Jeevan Zutshi, come on up here, man. I do have a penchant for hyperbole, there is no doubt. But what I'm about to say is true. We all in this room collectively owe this man so much. Not just for what he does this one day a year, but for what he does 365 days a year. I'm proud to call Jeevan a friend and frankly a mentor, even though he will not admit that he's a lot older than I am. Doesn't he look older than I am? No? All right. Jeevan Zutshi.
Thank you so very much, each and every one of you, for being here. As you all know, this is the 17th annual Unity Dinner event, and so much has changed in these past 17 years, and we all know. Hate crime is on the rise, and the recent gun violence, it has sent shockwaves of fear throughout the entire community. What makes the sadness reverberate so much more in our hearts is the recognition that despite public uproar, nothing is being done to eradicate this threat. We cannot allow senseless violence and hate crime to continue. We will need to play a bigger role in maintaining a vigil for peace and non-violence in our schools, neighborhoods, and communities. At the same time, we must make an effort to heal the hearts of those who have been unfortunate victims of violence by acting as catalysts for happiness, peace, love, and non-violence in places where we work and live. We are very proud to have Asian Pacific Islander American Public Affairs, APAPA. As you may know, it is the most helpful Asian American non-profit organization in the United States. I know Henry Yin for many years, and we have worked together. He was the chair of Fremont Chamber of Commerce, and a very highly energetic man. We all have to work together in these changing times. We all have to stand together, and we must strive to do something for the betterment of our communities. We are very thankful to supporting organizations like Association of Indo Americans for their unconditional support, and we are also thankful to Swagat Indian Cuisine for getting us wonderful food here. I would like to introduce Sue Kin. Sue, are you here? Sue Kin. She is the Vice President of Union Bank. And Dr. Handel, he introduced us. And thank you so much for being here. Union Bank has some wonderful products. You can talk to her and you can meet her. We also have members of police department, and you can imagine how tough a job they have undertaken. And yet they have been able to maintain peace and have strived to keep us safe, making Fremont one of the best places to live. Fremont, your university. I can't say anything about it. Al Nagy is here, so I have to say the work also. We are honored to have Fremont Police Association also with us. And before I continue, I would like to request Bhavani Joshi. Bhavani, are you here in the room? Bhavani Joshi. She has to make a quick announcement. And Bhavani Joshi, I'm sure so many of you know, she's a star promoter, she's a star herself, and she's bringing this huge, humongous show. And here is Bhavani.
Hello everybody, and thank you for being at this amazing event. Jeevan brings in the most amazing shows and brings in the community together. He's definitely a great community leader, and this is a great occasion. I wanted to just take a few minutes of your time to talk about our upcoming show, which is featuring the biggest Bollywood actor in the history. His name is Salman Khan. And we are bringing the show along with, it's his Golden Touch Productions, bringing the show on June 30th at the SAP Center, featuring Salman Khan, Katrina Kaif, Jacqueline Fernandez, Sonakshi Sinha, Prabhu Deva, Guru Randhawa, Manish Paul, and Daisy Shah. It is going to be the biggest production you've ever seen. If you think of Justin Timberlake concert, this is that. This is bigger than that. So I hope all of you come to that and have a great time, and please enjoy your dinner tonight.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll all... I would like to also introduce Mr. Asif Mahmood. And he's a physician, he's a friend, and I would like to request him, Dr. Besh is going to say a little more about it.
So nice. I don't know anything about him. Just kidding. It's my esteemed privilege to welcome a colleague in the House of Medicine, Dr. Asif Mahmood.
Good evening, namaste, sasikal, assalamu alaikum, ni hao. It's really an honor and privilege to be here. My name is Dr. Asif Mahmood, and I am a candidate for Insurance Commissioner. But I'm not going to talk politics over here. I just want to give a little background on me, that I was born and raised in a small village in rural Punjab, and in a very humble background. I came to this country about 27 years ago, and I found America to be very compassionate, very accepting, very tolerant, and decided to call it home. And my children are really living a real American dream. And that is what I am striving, millions of children around the world and around this country to live that true American dream. And that American dream can only be brought by the way unity in diversity. I do want to thank, before I finish this, my very dear friend and my mentor, State Controller Betty Yee, our former Congressman Mike Honda, my newest friend C.C. Yin, and obviously my dear friend Ken Maxey, who's been with me for many, many years and has helped every step of my life. And biggest thanks to Jeevan to give me an opportunity to come over here. Let's work together to bring diversity, to bring inclusiveness, so that our society and our communities can get stronger, and we can all work together for the betterment and strength of this country we call United States of America. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
That was incredibly inspiring, Dr. Mahmood. It's just a random thought off the top of my head. If only a doctor were running for insurance commissioner. What? He is? What are the odds that I just guessed that he was running for insurance commissioner? No, we're bipartisan. Let me move on to the media. The media has gotten some bad rap. The truth is that you cannot have a free nation without a free press. And the first sign of authoritarianism is to attack the press and to say things like fake news. So without further ado, I'd like to call up the Tri-City Voice.